to VRL, that is Vigilantes Radio Live, for those on the phone lines and for those in the broadcast. I appreciate you guys. Our interviews are designed to go behind the music, the books, the news, the entertainment, the entrepreneurship, the acting, the films, the movies, the technology, and sometimes even a thing that we call the ego. Our interviews are designed to go behind the scenes and into the minds of these awesome human beings, the ones who are out here giving it their all for me, for you, and for the world. And with that, let's welcome our very first guest to the show. He goes by the name of Dolla Moe. Yo, 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 what is up, man? Welcome to BRL. How's it going?
It's a goodie one, boy. How are you?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Dolla Moe. Man, tell us about this name, Dolla Moe. What inspired you to come up with this name?
It's a couple different reasons. My first name was Mo Dollars, and I've seen a lot of people have that name, so I wanted to come up with something original. And then, I was a Max B fan. He used to call himself $1 Million Baby. I started to feel like, I was here for a reason. Like, my pops got killed when I was real young, and he named me after his right-hand man. His name was Maurice, and they called him Mo. So he named me that, too. That's what his name is.
All right. Cool deal. So you used to be known as Mo Dollars. So when did you start rapping?
Started rapping, I was like 9, writing. I ain't get in the studio till I was like 14.
Okay. 5 years later.
Yeah.
Cool. Do you still have the first song that you ever wrote?
Nah. I wish I did.
Probably working.
I remember some of it though. I was talking about my cousin. I called him my brother. I said something about him busting the cap in my crib, but I was talking about the cap. I remember that.
Man, this at 9 years old, right?
Yeah.
All right. Who were we listening to back then at 9?
Or trap, but older people probably Ludacris is my favorite rapper back then. But
yeah.
For the young people like Bow Wow, Romeo, DMX. DMX is one of my favorite rappers too back then.
Yeah. Man, a lot of people slept on Ludacris' lyrical ability. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, that first album, but not the first one. I think probably was the second one, Word of Mouth. Ludacris was that nigga back then.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah, man. All right, so you're 9 years old, growing up listening to Ludacris, DMX, Bow Wow, people who were really running the gang back then, in that time period. At age 14, when you finally got into the studio, well, let me ask you this: do you still have that first song that you ever recorded in the studio?
Nah, I wish I did. I don't got no song before 18, when I first started taking it serious. I wish I did. My boy had recited some lyrics I spent when I was 16. That shit made me feel good. That shit gave me a little motivation. Because a lot of people that's listening to me now was new, but he spit something, he wrote something on Messenger on the book that I said when I was 16. I was like, word, this nigga, remember that?
Wow. And have you ever thought about resurrecting some of those raps you wrote back then?
Yeah, not enough to do it, but I wouldn't mind doing that.
Yeah.
That's when it was just about being the best. It wasn't about money. It was just about just showing people you could do it as good as the people that was already on.
Right. Exactly.
It was fun back then. Now it's just like a job. Sometimes, but when you hear somebody say something that you said more than 10 years ago, that's when they get fun again to me.
Yeah. So, all right. So, 14, you're in the studio for the first time. At this point, were you thinking about a career in music, or was this still just fun to you?
Yeah, that always been my dream. That always been my dream.
Okay. All right. And you said 2018 is when you began to get serious with it.
You said, say that again?
2018 is when you said that you began to take it serious?
Nah. I started taking it serious like 2010.
Okay, 2010.
All right. Yeah.
I mean, what made you become serious with the craft?
I mean, truthfully, like, I just was in the streets, and that was really my only option at that point. Like, I had caught a little case when I was 17, and it just got off my record. So I couldn't really do too much with a job.
Gotcha.
With the charge it was, so, you know, the job just never wasn't really my thing. So it was either I was gonna hustle or rap, and you know, along the way I had to do what I had to do. But my dream was always to do music, to just be an entrepreneur. Period.
Nice. All right. So, how was life growing up, man?
You know, it was fun, but it was a little confusing. Like I said, I lost my pops when I was a baby. So, you know, I just had to figure out the becoming the man thing myself. I had a stepfather, but we ain't really, we started getting a little more, when I got older. So it was really, I was raised by, mostly women. It's in a rough neighborhood trying to figure it out. I was always book smart. So I used that to my advantage in the streets. And now, I was always good at math, so I just used all that the best I could and made it happen.
Yes, sir. So, you also mentioned that sometimes, you know, music career does seem like a job. And, man, when it comes to, the social media part and the promo and all that, I definitely feel you on that one. But personally for you, what about this whole ride, this whole journey that feels like a job to you?
I mean, like you said, the social media part, really, because I don't really, relate to it. I was around when it first started, but it became too dominant. It became too important to people. It takes the place of real life. It's hard for me to understand it sometimes.
Absolutely. Yeah, man. All right. Well, man, has Connecticut always been home for you?
Yeah. I mean, I got, most of my family is from New York in the South, but, you know, a generation or two, let's say 2 or 3 generations before me, they moved to Connecticut. But even, once I really reflect on it, most of my family is really not in Connecticut.
Okay.
I always lived in Baltimore.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Actually, my mom was born in New York, and my on the other side, my grandfather was born in Yonkers. He's from Yonkers. So my pops is the generation I was born here.
Yeah.
Born in Connecticut. I can't stay here because I'm not even here right now.
So where you at?
I'm in Atlanta right now.
Atlanta? All right.
Yeah.
You about 2 hours from me. I'm over in Arkansas. Yeah.
Word. Is that close, word?
Maybe not. I'm not too sure. But it's about 2 or 3 hours, give or take.
Word.
All right. So how's the music scene out there in Connecticut?
It's not really a music scene. There's a lot of people that do music, but it's not a market for it. Most of the streams and sales I get is not really where I'm from.
Yeah.
So when I targeted my people, since I was young, it wasn't ever really, I'm trying to get a fan base where I'm from. I appreciate anybody that do support me, but I know it don't stop there.
Right. So if you had to pick a region or territory to land your music in, and you moved there and all that, where would you have your sights set on?
Do I gotta pick one?
Yep, you gotta pick one.
Damn, that's a hard one. Yeah, I don't know. I'll probably, right now, it would have to be Atlanta.
Yeah.
It would have to be Atlanta right now.
Oh, yeah. That's where the industry's at right now. Yeah, it's me.
Yeah.
It's been that way for about the last 15 years, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. All right, so, man, talk to us about this record, man. It's called Time Is Money. We have the remix. That's what we're going to play tonight. But tell us about how this track came together.
I mean, it was just me, like, you know, I'm a lyrical rapper. I'm trying to say the best punchline. You know what I'm saying? So that was just like, I gotta make something that the clubs could play. I gotta make something that sound like Nas. So I ended up, that was like one of the first beats I came up with. I wasn't even really a producer like that. So I want to make this beat myself. So I ended up doing the drum pattern and have my man finish it. And it happened to be the one that caught people's attention.
Wow. So you're a producer too, huh?
Nah, for like the last year.
Last year. So you produced at least 9 tracks on your on your project.
Yeah. Let me get a half pint of Henny. Hold on 1 second.
Oh, you good?
Yeah. Yeah. So I produced. Me and my mans, we working real closely. His name Pyro Lil King. My mans, I made the yeah. So yeah, and my mans, I made the Time Is Money with me. His name Lil Dev. I went to high school with both of these dudes actually.
Nice. All right. So are they a part of your record label? Because you also own your own record label, right? TrapStar Inc.
Yeah, definitely. TrapStar Inc. and Young Trapperz Entertainment. It's a clothing line, so I'm trying to, you know, do the multiple streams of income.
Yeah, man. That's a cool.
Nah, they not. I on the long run, but right now I decided to, you know, work on myself. I realized I had to work on myself so I could, when I start signing artists, I know what to do.
Yeah.
Everything I learned, I'm gonna apply that to them. But I am looking for artists right now. Like, if I see the talent, I feel like you got the dedication. I'll invest my time in a little bit of bread and see where it go.
Right.
But now, to answer your question, they not a part of my record label. We just working close.
All right, cool deal.
I'm gonna ask you.
All right, guys, it's time to jump into some music. We have Time Is Money remix by $1 Million Moe, and then we'll be right back.
Time is money, time is money. Reggie Millie, blue band. Got protects, got rollies. Goonie shooters, Reggie man. She shake that like Megan. She make it clap like Ari. Army wavy, we the Navy. Rocket launcher in the Rari. It was Gucci, Louis Prada. Now it's TrapStar Inc. Celebration. That is the hearse of precinct. Time is money, time is money. Reggie Millie, blue band. Got protects, got rollies. Goonie shooters, Reggie walk in the club. Just dishonest. No BMF and I'm playing the meat. Niggas is hating cause we be the illest. COVID-19 and I know the Chinese. All of my body, she feeling the gauze. She's a blast in the air like a melody. Twerk for it. So fat, this place club. Shake it like ebony. That's gold level. Their life is good. Time on the rolling, so me on the future. Feeling like Fabio, send me the Addy. That's where the roadie don't be for computers. Closet was looking like that, but they stole all of that Gucci and Louis and Minx. Man, I was killing Versace and Prada. Now all I rock is that TrapStar Inc. Hands on the knees with that in the air. Shorty gon' bust it like Erica Banks. Damn independence to go with the game. No limit, we might just pull up in the tank. Came a long way from the trap, but we just dropped that made me neglect. Attack on like Uzi, my rolling on body, cause that's presidential elect. My money in bank stack full of jewels, and I whip that.
You want this a Bentley?
Move left like Sopranos, I
Plug like Risotto.
I'm cut it up like I'm pin. Ain't shit about me, baby, but I drip too hard. My bro that will with me, a gunner. For chopping and rapping for like the new Hov, and I got this shit locked for the summer. Time is money, time is money. Reggie Millie, blue bag. Got protects, got rollies. Goonie shooters, Reggie man. She shake that ass like Mackie. She make it clap like Ari. Army wavy, we the Navy. Rocket launcher in the Rari. It was Gucci, Louis Prada. Now it's TrapStar Inc. Celebration, celebration. That is a hearse of precinct. Time is money, time is money. Richie Millie, blue band. Got protects, got rollies. Goonie shooters, Reggie man.
Body on body, you know how to find me. Posted up in the jungle with zombies. Martin Payne can tell you that nigga running with Tommies. I ain't got time for the. I'm running around with a full clip. I'm going to court on Zoom. Most of my cars go wrong. Harry Potter with a stick, everything legit. Everybody run around like a witch. Niggas on broom. Time is money, but most of this money be wasting my time. Put the niggas on recline. The fallback made them upset. Time is money, you know these niggas ain't up next. My young niggas love the up text. Holla at me on the back block. Spinach. Popeyes get that spinach. Chicken. Dinner. When I send up all the f***ing sinners, they gon' spin on all your spinners. When I send up all the competition, they gon' ride all on your opposition. Leaving dead slumped in the opposition.
Time is money, time is money. Reggie Millie, blue band. Got protects, got rollies. Goonie shooters, Reggie man. She shake that ass like Mackie. She make it clap like Ari. Army wavy, we the Navy. Rocket launcher in the Rari. It was Gucci, Louis Prada. Now it's TrapStar Inc. Celebration. That is a hearse of precinct. Time is money, time is money. Richie Millie, blue band. Got protects, got rollies.
Shout out to
Goonie shooters, Reggie
Dolla
man.
Moe.
Shorty was hot and heavy. I was on already. And when I say I mean I'm on that was complimentary. Calm down, I ain't trying to get signed down. I was cooking up in the lavatory and I finally got the right compound. Watch yourself, you in my town. Give about how it sound. You don't like it, shop around the dump, bring the cops around. Out, keep it in motion. Revenge is sweet, deep as the ocean. How many keys you holding? What type of you rolling? So they get down on their hands and knees, and now her knees are swollen. Trap, I keep it open. I woke up, my visa stolen. Time is money. If you find it funny, but what kind of money? You get up and find the money. Yeah, Lou Phil. Yeah, I'm working on a new deal. Too real, blue still. My smell like scoop. Red pill or the blue pill. We ride the wave. We like the haze.
All right, guys, welcome back. That was Time is Money remix. Ooh, that thing was jamming, yo. Wow. All right, let's go ahead and bring $1 Million Mo back. Yo, welcome back. Good look. Yes, sir. All right, man, before we let you go, let our listeners know where they can connect with you online.
Yeah, you could follow me on the gram at $1 Million Mo 2, Twitter at $1 Million Mo, same thing for Snap, Facebook, website www.milliondollarmo.com, bookings and features $1million@gmail.com.
All right. Well, man, I appreciate you so much for joining us tonight and sharing your life and your music with us.
Appreciate it. Let me just shout out the team. My bro T Ratchet, Two Fishes, Lona Ruler, old TrapStar Inc, Young Trapperz.
All right. Shout out to the team. Yo, we're rooting for you, man. All right, stay safe out there, and let us know when you drop the next single.